I suppose the thing that's become one of my mantras recently is to think about taking the next step, not being perfect. And one of the bits of advice I found most helpful to people was when they would come and say, I'm so overwhelmed, I've got this list of things to do. We could go down the list and say, that one there you can do in 2 years from now. And I've literally seen people relax when they think, oh, I don't need to do that now. And of course, you can't do everything at once. And there are some things you can't do until you've done something else. And it's quite easy to get that kind of sense of overwhelm. And I think when you come into middle leadership, it gets much more complicated, but it's really good to be kind of gentle with yourself and think, okay, realistically, what can I get done this year? And if, in teaching that is, you need to plan out a new curriculum. That's a very big job, spend a year doing it. And, if the year after you then start planning some trips or you add on some extra elements to that, then that's great, but you can build on top of what you've already done. If we're always trying to be perfect and build, the best thing possible now, we're just going to get burnt out. But if we say, what's the next step towards what I want to achieve, then it can be done. And that requires some patience. But I think it also needs some limits. And this is a real problem. It's a problem in teaching. I think it's, again, probably an issue elsewhere, that we can overcommit ourselves. And so it's really important to think about, how much am I willing to give? You've got a contract there which says how many hours you work and what your responsibilities are, and you need to do those things. And then you may want to do more than that and do extra things, and that's great. And that's what will make you into a really great professional. But you've also got to think, at this point, I'm stopping. At this point, I'm taking a break. At this point, I'm going to do something I enjoy, so that you then come back with enough energy to do the job well. Because otherwise, over time, you actually do the job worse. And then you end up not doing it at all because you've run out of energy, whether that is physically you can't do it or you just don't want to do it any longer. So I think keep those boundaries, pace yourself over time, and be kind to yourself at the heart of it.
I do agree with you on this as well, because otherwise it just always end up in burning out. And we've seen so many leaders who want to do everything at once end up burning out. So being patient and having a realistic goal really help them achieving those with a purpose. That's such an important point. And I think this can also help them kind of a good balance between their work life and doing the job they wanted to do, and making a difference.